There's a moment in every person's life when the veil between the visible and invisible worlds becomes so thin that it is impossible to ignore the signs. You have come to this video because Saint Michael the Archangel, the most powerful heavenly warrior that exists, is moving mountains so that this message reaches you. It is not a coincidence. It is not an algorithm. It is direct, divine intervention in your life. And what I am about to reveal in the next few words may completely change the course of everything you have experienced so far. Archangel Michael is by your side right now. And he wants you to know that the battle you have been facing lately is not just a matter of bad luck or difficult circumstances. There is a spiritual war going on around you, an invisible struggle between forces that want your good and others that work tirelessly to keep you small, limited, and away from your true purpose. Archangel Michael, with his flaming sword and shield of light, has been on the front lines of this battle, protecting you from attacks you cannot even perceive. Have you ever wondered why certain things in your life always seem to go wrong? Why, even when you try your hardest, it seems like there is an invisible force sabotaging your plans. Why do relationships that should flourish wither away? Opportunities that should materialize slip through your fingers, and dreams that should come true always remain just out of reach? The answer is not in your ability, it is not in your luck, and it is definitely not in your value as a person. The answer lies in the spiritual warfare that takes place behind the scenes of your life. Archangel Michael wants you to understand a fundamental truth. You are not alone on this journey. Every time you felt abandoned, lost, or directionless, he was there, fighting battles you didn't even know existed. Every danger you narrowly escaped. Every situation that could have been much worse but wasn't. Every moment you felt an inexplicable force lifting you up when you were about to give up all of this was the protective hand of Archangel Michael at work in your life. But there is something you need to understand urgently. This protection is not automatic. It requires your active participation, your spiritual awareness, and, above all, your decision to recognize and accept the heavenly help that is being offered. Archangel Michael does not force his presence into anyone's life. He waits to be invited, waits to be recognized, waits for you to open the doors of your heart and mind so that he can work with all his power on your behalf. Right now, as you read these words, an intense spiritual battle is taking place. On the left side, dark forces whisper in your ears, trying to convince you that these are just empty words, that you are wasting your time, that you should close this video and continue with your life as it has always been. These voices want you to remain exactly where you are, limited, afraid, doubting your own worth and the greater purpose that exists for your life. On the right side, Saint Michael the Archangel stands with his sword raised, creating a shield of light around you, whispering words of encouragement and strength. He wants you to know that the time has come to awaken to who you really are. A time has come to understand that you are not a cosmic accident wandering aimlessly through life. You are a chosen being, created with a specific purpose, endowed with unique gifts that the world needs to see manifested. The reason you have faced so many difficulties is not because you are not worthy of good things. It is exactly the opposite. It is because you carry within you such great potential, such a bright light, that the forces of darkness work day and night to prevent that light from shining fully. They know that when you fully awaken to who you are and the power you carry within you, nothing else can stop you. Archangel Michael wants you to stop underestimating yourself. He wants you to stop accepting crumbs when you were created for a banquet. He wants you to stop settling for relationships that drain your energy, jobs that stifle your soul, and situations that keep you small. You were created for greatness, for impact, for a life worth living to the fullest. But for this transformation to happen, you need to make a conscious decision today. You need to choose to believe that you deserve more than you have been experiencing. You need to choose to trust that there is a greater plan for your life. You need to choose to open your heart to the heavenly guidance that is being offered. And most importantly, you need to choose to fight alongside Archangel Michael against everything that has kept you from the abundant life that is your birthright. The energy you are feeling right now is not coincidental. Archangel Michael is intensifying his presence around you because there is a spiritual urgency that you need to understand. Lately, you have been carrying a weight that is not yours. You have been absorbing negative energies from people around you. allowing doubts planted by others to grow like weeds in your inner garden, and accepting limitations that have been imposed on you by past generations who did not even know your true potential. To activate Archangel Michael's complete protection over your life, write in the comments, "I now activate my spiritual protection shield." This simple act strengthens your aura and prevents any energetic imbalance from affecting you. Let's continue, because what Archangel Michael is about to reveal could change everything. Archangel Michael wants you to understand that there is a fundamental difference between being alive and truly living. Many people spend entire decades just surviving, reacting to circumstances, allowing life to happen to them rather than taking control and making life happen through them. You were not created to be a spectator of your own existence. You were created to be the protagonist of an epic story of transformation, growth, and positive impact on the world. But to become that protagonist, you must first recognize the invisible enemies that have been working against you. These are not just physical people who may have hurt or disappointed you. They are negative spiritual forces that feed on your fear, insecurity, and resignation. They constantly whisper phrases in your ears such as "you're not good enough," "who do you think you are to dream so big?" People like you can't have that kind of life. You should be content with what you have. Archangel Michael, with his ancient wisdom and unquestionable power, wants to break these invisible chains that have kept you prisoner of mediocrity. He wants you to understand that every time you accept these lies as truth, you are strengthening exactly what works against your success and happiness. Every time you belittle yourself, speak ill of yourself, or act as if you don't deserve good things, you are collaborating with forces that want to keep you small. And if this message has resonated with you so far, and you want to help it reach other people who are also at their limit, click on "Thank you very much." This small gesture helps keep alive this mission of bringing light to those who have lost hope. Thank you so much. Real transformation begins when you stop being your own worst enemy and become your best ally. Archangel Michael wants to teach you to talk to yourself the same way you would talk to someone you love deeply. He wants to teach you to defend your dreams with the same ferocity you would defend the dreams of someone very important to you. He wants to teach you to invest in yourself with the same dedication you would invest in something you consider valuable. Have you noticed how you treat people you consider important differently? How you speak kindly, how you forgive quickly, how you believe in their potential even when they themselves don't believe in it? The time has come to direct that same compassionate and encouraging energy inward. The time has come to become the person who believes in you the most, who cheers for you the most, who invests in you the most. Archangel Michael is revealing that many of the battles you have been facing are external reflections of internal wars you have been waging with yourself. When you are in internal conflict, when you do not accept yourself, when you sabotage yourself, this chaotic energy manifests itself in the physical world through complicated relationships, missed opportunities, and seemingly insurmountable obstacles. But when you align your inner energy with self-love, clear purpose, and unshakable faith in your potential, the outer world begins to reflect that harmony. The right people begin to appear in your life, opportunities arise from unexpected places, and paths that seemed blocked open up naturally. To seal this new vibration in your life, write in the comments, "My energy is sacred, and no evil has power over me." This shows the universe that you recognize your value and no longer accept being affected by toxic energies. Now pay attention to what I'm going to tell you. Archangel Michael wants you to understand that it is not selfish to take good care of yourself. In fact, it is a spiritual responsibility. When you are strong, balanced, and connected to your higher purpose, you become a channel of light for everyone around you. Become capable of helping others in a genuine and powerful way. But when you are exhausted, insecure, and disconnected from yourself, you cannot offer anything of real value to anyone. Archangel Michael is revealing something profound about the nature of your recent struggles. There is a pattern that repeats itself in the lives of chosen people like you. Moments of great spiritual growth are always preceded by periods of apparent chaos and confusion. What you have interpreted as signs that you are on the wrong path may, in fact, be evidence that you are exactly where you need to be for the next quantum leap in your evolution. Think about the most transformative moments in your life. They did not happen during periods of comfort and stability, but precisely when you were forced to leave your comfort zone. when the old structures of your life collapsed and you had to rebuild everything from a new perspective. Those moments, however painful they may have been, were responsible for shaping you into the strong and resilient person you are today. Archangel Michael wants you to understand that you are going through one of these periods of profound transformation right now. The difficulties you have been facing are not cosmic punishments or evidence that you have done something wrong. They are necessary contractions that precede the birth of a more powerful and authentic version of who you are. Just as a butterfly must struggle to emerge from its cocoon, it is precisely this struggle that strengthens its wings to fly. You are being strengthened through the challenges you face. But there is a crucial difference between suffering with purpose and suffering unnecessarily. Suffering with purpose is that which teaches you, strengthens you, prepares you for something greater. Unnecessary suffering is that which you prolong by resisting the lessons life is trying to teach you, by insisting on patterns that no longer work, by clinging to situations that have already served their purpose in your journey. To gain clarity about what kind of experience you are going through, write in the comments, "I am guided, protected, and strengthened by the angels of goodness." From this point on, nothing will be the same as before, because you will be aligned with the heavenly wisdom that can transform any situation. Archangel Michael wants to teach you the art of navigating life storms with grace and wisdom. He wants you to understand that it's not about avoiding all difficulties that would be impossible and even detrimental to your growth. It is about developing the ability to find opportunities for growth within each challenge, to extract wisdom from each difficult experience, to use each obstacle as a stepping stone to reach a higher level of consciousness and ability. Have you noticed how some people manage to turn the worst situations into springboards for extraordinary achievements? How do they manage to find light even in the deepest darkness? This is not a skill reserved for a lucky few. It is a skill that can be developed by anyone willing to change their perspective on what it means to face difficulties. The secret lies in stopping asking yourself, "Why is this happening to me?" and starting to ask yourself, "What is this happening to me for?" The first question puts you in the role of a helpless victim of circumstances. The second puts you in the role of an active student of life, always ready to learn, grow, and evolve. Saint Michael the Archangel is showing you that you have a natural ability to transform pain into wisdom, obstacles into opportunities, and wounds into sources of strength. But to fully access this ability, you need to stop resisting the growth process and start collaborating with it. You need to stop fighting the necessary changes and start dancing with them. Write in the comments, "The light that guides me is stronger than any darkness." This statement seals your courage, your faith, and your spiritual rebirth. Continue the message, because Archangel Michael has even more powerful revelations to share. There is a force within you that has remained dormant for too long. It is a force that does not depend on external circumstances to manifest itself. It is a force that does not diminish when you face adversity, but actually grows stronger through challenges. It is a force that connects you directly to the infinite source of wisdom, love, and power that permeates the entire universe. Archangel Michael wants to awaken this force now. He wants you to recognize that you carry within you everything you need to overcome any obstacle, to achieve any legitimate goal, to create any positive change you wish to see in your life and in the world around you. You don't have to wait for perfect conditions. You don't have to wait until you feel completely ready. You don't have to wait for anyone's permission. The time is now. The power is within you. The only thing missing is your conscious decision to stop underestimating your own abilities and start acting with the confidence of someone who knows they are being supported by powerful celestial forces. The message that Archangel Michael wants to convey now goes straight to the heart of your current situation. You have been living as if you were two different people. The person you are when no one is looking, full of dreams, potential, and inner wisdom. And the person you present to the world, often diminished, insecure, and limited by the expectations and judgments of others. The time has come to unify these two versions and allow your true essence to shine without masks or disguises. Archangel Michael is revealing that many of your current problems stem from this internal division. When you are not authentic with yourself, when you try to be who others expect you to be instead of who you really are, you create an energetic dissonance that manifests as conflicts, confusion, and seemingly inexplicable obstacles in your external life. to break this pattern and align your energy with your inner truth. Write in the comments, "I am protected by invisible forces that work in my favor." This opens the way for the angels to act even more strongly in your life. And now comes something you really need to know about the power of authenticity. Authenticity is not about being perfect. In fact, it's about being real. It's about recognizing your qualities without arrogance and your flaws without self-deprecation. It's about speaking your truth gently, but without apology. It's about making choices based on what resonates with your soul, not what seems safest or most socially acceptable. Archangel Michael wants you to understand that every time you betray your own essence to please others, you are weakening your connection to the source of inner power that is your greatest strength. Every time you act against your core values, every time you accept situations that your intuition rejects, every time you silence your inner voice to avoid conflict, you're disconnecting yourself from the celestial wisdom that is always available to guide you. And if this message has touched your heart and you feel you want to support it so that it reaches more people, you can click on "Thank you very much." This gesture of affection helps to keep this mission alive. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, Archangel. Michael is showing that there is a fundamental difference between people who live extraordinary lives and those who settle for mediocrity. It is not a matter of luck, natural talent, or favorable circumstances. The difference lies in the courage to be authentic, in the willingness to honor your inner convictions, even when it means swimming against the tide. Extraordinary people are not necessarily the most intelligent, the most talented, or those born into the best circumstances. They are those who have developed the courage to listen to their inner wisdom and act on that guidance, even when it means facing criticism, misunderstanding, or resistance from others. You have this same capacity within you. You have access to the same source of wisdom and guidance that has guided all the people you admire. The only difference is that you may not yet have developed the confidence to consistently follow your inner guidance, or you may not yet have learned to distinguish between the voice of wisdom and the voices of fear, insecurity, and social conformity. Archangel Michael wants to teach you how to make this distinction. The voice of inner wisdom always speaks with love, even when it is guiding you to make difficult changes. It never belittles you or makes you feel inadequate. On the contrary, it constantly reminds you of your value, your potential, and the importance of your journey. It may challenge you to grow, but always in a way that strengthens you rather than weakens you. The voices of fear and insecurity, on the other hand, always speak through destructive criticism, harmful comparisons, and catastrophic projections about the future. They convince you that you are not capable, that you should settle for less, that dreaming big is dangerous or irresponsible. Write in the comments, "My heart is light, and no evil can resist this vibration." This reinforces your inner strength and dissolves any energy that tries to destabilize you. What I'm about to tell you now is surprising about how to access this inner wisdom consistently. The key is to create regular moments of silence and introspection. Our society teaches us to fear silence, to fill every moment with distractions, noise, and constant activity. But it is precisely in silence that your inner wisdom can manifest itself clearly. It is in stillness that you can hear the subtle guidance of Archangel Michael and other celestial forces that are constantly working on your behalf. You don't need complicated rituals or elaborate techniques. You just need a few minutes each day to allow your mind to rest from the constant bombardment of external information and connect with the tranquility that exists at the center of your being. It can be during a walk in nature, a few minutes of conscious breathing upon waking, or simply a moment of silent contemplation before bed. Archangel Michael is now revealing one of the most powerful secrets to transforming your reality: the importance of consciously surrounding yourself with energies that nurture and strengthen your spiritual growth. You may not realize it, but you are constantly absorbing and radiating energy through every interaction, every environment you frequent, every content you consume, and every thought you allow to inhabit your mind. Lately, you have been allowing toxic energies free access to your life. Perhaps these are people who constantly complain, criticize, and drain your vitality. Perhaps these are environments charged with negativity, conflict, or stagnation. Perhaps it is the habit of consuming excessively negative news, entertainment that glorifies destructive behavior, or conversations that always revolve around problems without seeking solutions. Archangel Michael wants you to understand that it is not possible to grow spiritually while allowing your energy to be constantly contaminated by negative influences. It's like trying to fill a bucket with a hole in the bottom. No matter how hard you try to add clean water, it keeps leaking and mixing with elements that make everything cloudy. To create a powerful energy shield around yourself, write in the comments, "I am invincible when I connect with the light of the heavens." This is not just a mantra. It is a call for your spirit to awaken and take conscious control of your energy atmosphere. Real transformation begins when you stop being passive about the energies you allow into your life and become active in creating an internal and external environment that supports your highest goals. This means making conscious choices about who you spend time with, what kind of conversations you engage in, what environments you frequent, and what content you allow to influence your mind. It's not about isolating yourself from the world or avoiding all difficulties. It's about developing spiritual discernment, the ability to distinguish between energies that uplift you and energies that diminish you, between people who genuinely want your best and those who, consciously or unconsciously, work against your growth. Archangel Michael is showing you that you have the right and responsibility to protect your energy as you would protect any other valuable resource. If you wouldn't allow strangers to enter your home and mess with your belongings, why do you allow negative energies to enter your mind and mess with your inner peace? Energy protection is not selfishness, it is spiritual wisdom. When you keep your energy clean and elevated, you become more capable of helping others in a genuine and effective way. When your energy is contaminated and depleted, you cannot offer anything of real value to anyone, including yourself. One of the most powerful practices Archangel Michael recommends is to create what we might call a sacred circle, an inner circle of people, activities, and environments that consistently nourish your soul and support your growth. This circle can include friends who inspire and encourage you, mentors who challenge you to grow in constructive ways, books and content that expand your perspective in positive ways, and activities that connect you with your highest essence. Write in the comments, "The presence of angels surrounds me and protects me in all my ways." This gesture opens the wings of heavenly protection over you. Now, follow along with me, because what comes next will touch your soul about how to identify and cultivate these sacred connections. Archangel Michael wants to teach you to recognize the characteristics of people and situations that truly nurture your spiritual growth. Positive energies are those that leave you more connected to your best self after interaction. You feel inspired, encouraged, more aware of your possibilities. Even when these energies challenge you or show you areas where you need to grow, they do so in a way that strengthens you rather than diminishes you. Negative energies, on the other hand, leave you exhausted, confused, insecure, or disconnected from your essence after the interaction. They can be seductive in the moment, offering drama, gossip, or superficial validation, but they always leave a toxic residue that contaminates your inner peace and clouds your mental clarity. The key is to develop the sensitivity to notice how you feel energetically after each interaction, and to have the courage to adjust your life based on those perceptions. This may mean gradually reducing the time you spend with people who consistently drain your energy, even if they are family members or longtime friends. It may mean choosing work and leisure environments that support your vision of life rather than contradicting it. Archangel Michael wants you to understand that making these changes does not make you a bad person or selfish. It makes you a conscious person who recognizes the importance of protecting and nurturing the spiritual resources you have received. When you take good care of your energy, you become able to contribute much more significantly to the well-being of everyone around you. The transformation of your external reality always begins with the transformation of your internal energetic reality. When you commit to keeping your energy clean, elevated, and protected, you automatically begin to attract people, opportunities, and situations that are aligned with this new vibration. Archangel Michael now wants to reveal something fundamental about the specific moment of your journey in which you find yourself. There is a universal spiritual cycle that all souls go through during their process of evolution, and recognizing which phase of this cycle you are in can completely change your perspective on the challenges you have been facing and the opportunities that are presenting themselves. You are currently in the phase that ancient mystics called the dark night of the soul, a period of apparent confusion, and difficulty that actually precedes the greatest spiritual and material advances in your life. It is a period in which everything you believed about yourself and how life works is questioned, deconstructed, and rebuilt on more solid and authentic foundations. This phase can be uncomfortable, even painful, but it is absolutely necessary for your evolution. It's like the process a caterpillar goes through inside its cocoon for a period. It is no longer a caterpillar, but not yet a butterfly. There is a temporary dissolution of the old identity so that a new, more powerful and free identity can emerge. And if this message is touching your heart in any way, remember, you can support this mission by clicking "Thank you very much." This strengthens this channel of light and allows us to continue spreading these messages with all our love to more people. Archangel Michael wants you to stop interpreting your current difficulties as evidence that you are on the wrong path or that you are not worthy of good things. In fact, these difficulties are evidence that you are exactly where you need to be for the next quantum leap in your evolution. They are necessary contractions that precede the birth of a more authentic, powerful, and aligned version of who you are. During this phase, it is common to feel that you have lost your direction, that you no longer know who you are or what you want from life. It is common to question decisions that once seemed right, to feel that relationships that were important no longer make sense, or to realize that goals that once motivated you now seem empty or irrelevant. To navigate this transformation wisely, write in the comments, "Evil does not touch those who live in the light of truth." This seals your vibration in integrity and attracts the protective shield from above. Now take a deep breath, because the angels want to show you something powerful about embracing this process instead of resisting it. Resistance is what turns a natural process of growth into prolonged suffering. When you fight against the changes your soul is trying to make, when you desperately cling to old versions of yourself that no longer serve you, you unnecessarily prolong the discomfort and delay the emergence of the new version of yourself that is trying to be born. Archangel Michael wants to teach you the art of conscious surrender, not passive resignation that accepts anything, but active wisdom that recognizes when it is time to let go of what no longer serves you in order to make room for something better. It is like cleaning out a closet full of old clothes to make room for a completely new wardrobe that is more appropriate for who you are becoming. This conscious surrender requires courage because it means letting go of the illusion of control over how your life should unfold, and trusting that there is a higher intelligence orchestrating your journey in a way that your limited mind cannot fully comprehend. It means accepting that you may not know exactly where you're going, but trusting that you're being guided to the right place. Archangel Michael is showing you that many of the things you have considered problems in your life are actually invitations to grow in ways you never imagined possible. That relationship that ended may have been necessary to make room for a much more authentic and nurturing love. That job opportunity that didn't work out may have been protection from a path that would have led you away from your true purpose. Write in the comments, "I receive the light, peace, and protection that rightfully belong to me." By doing so, you activate a portal of liberation in your life. And what comes next is revealing about how to interpret the signs that life has been sending you. Life is constantly sending you signs to guide your journey, but these signs don't always come in the way you expect. Sometimes they come through doors that close to force you to discover paths you would never have explored voluntarily. Sometimes they come through people who leave your life to make room for connections more aligned with who you are becoming. Sometimes the signs come through situations that initially seem negative, but by forcing you to develop internal resources you didn't know you had, prepare you for opportunities you wouldn't have been ready to take advantage of before. Archangel Michael wants you to develop the ability to see the divine hand at work through all your experiences, not just those that are immediately pleasant or convenient. When you realize that even difficulties are serving your growth and greater well-being, you stop wasting energy fighting against life and begin to consciously collaborate with the process of your own evolution. We have arrived at the most powerful moment of this message, where Saint Michael, the Archangel, wants to seal in your life a permanent transformation that began the moment you decided to watch this video up to this point. It was no coincidence that you resisted all distractions and remained connected to these words. Your soul recognized the truth that was being shared and chose to absorb this light that can definitively change the trajectory of your life. Archangel Michael wants you to understand that this is not just another inspirational video that you will forget in a few days. This is a real spiritual activation, a moment of awakening that is happening in the deepest layers of your being. The words you have heard, the insights you have received, and the decisions you have made during these minutes are creating energetic changes that will manifest in your physical reality in the coming days and weeks. But for this transformation to fully consolidate, you need to take conscious action now. It is not enough to just agree intellectually with what has been shared. You need to make a real commitment to yourself to honor the wisdom you have received through concrete changes in the way you live, think, and relate to the world. To seal this new phase of your life, write in the comments, "With every step, the angels steady the ground beneath my feet." This brings balance and confidence to what is about to unfold. And get ready, because what Archangel Michael wants to share now will profoundly impact your future journey. Archangel Michael is revealing that you have within you all the resources you need to create the life you truly desire. You don't have to wait for perfect conditions, more knowledge, more financial resources, or the approval of others. What you need is already available within you right now: inner wisdom, spiritual strength, the ability to make conscious choices, and a direct connection to the infinite source of guidance and support that permeates the entire universe. The only thing that may still be missing is your unwavering decision to stop underestimating your own power and start acting with the confidence of someone who knows they are being supported by powerful celestial forces. It is your decision to stop waiting for external permission to live the life your soul longs for and start taking the necessary steps, even if they are small, toward your most authentic dreams. Archangel Michael wants to remind you that great transformations are always the result of small, consistent choices made with awareness and purpose. You don't have to change your entire life overnight. You just need to start making different choices today, choices that are aligned with the person you are becoming, rather than the person you were in the past. Write in the comments, "Truth, light, and protection accompany me every day." This ensures that your energy is aligned with good and shields you from any evil. Now see what the angels have for you about how to keep this new vibration active permanently. The key to keeping this transformation active in your life is to create simple, daily rituals that consistently reconnect you with the wisdom and strength you access today. It could be a few minutes of gratitude upon waking up, recognizing the blessings that already exist in your life. It could be a moment of reflection before bed, evaluating how your choices during the day were aligned with your deepest values. It could be the habit of asking yourself a powerful question before making important decisions. Does this choice bring me closer to or further away from who I really want to be? Small rituals like these keep you connected to your higher self and ensure that the transformations you started today continue to deepen and manifest in your reality. Archangel Michael wants you to remember that you are not alone on this journey. Every time you choose love over fear, authenticity over conformity, growth over stagnation, you will have the full support of the celestial forces that constantly work on behalf of all souls who choose to evolve consciously. To end this powerful message, write in the comments, "I am at peace, I am in light, I am protected." Let this vibration echo in your soul. For what you have discovered today can change the way you see everything that is yet to come on your journey. If you've come this far, it's because something special is happening in your spiritual life. This message was a divine encounter, not a coincidence. And if you felt this connection, if something inside your heart recognized itself in these words, I invite you with an open heart to join this family of light. Subscribe to this channel, because here you will always find messages that nourish your soul and strengthen your journey. And do you know what moves me the most? It is knowing that each person who connects with these messages brings with them a unique story, a special journey, experiences that can inspire and help others. So I invite you to share in the comments, how has this message touched your life? What have you learned most from it? What transformation do you feel is happening within you? Your story matters, your voice matters, and when you share your experiences, you become part of a chain of light that reaches people who may be going through exactly what you have been through. Together, we create a community of awakened souls, supporting each other on the journey of growth and transformation.